What's going on, people? Welcome back to We Are Tottenham TV. I'm joined by rapper FORMZ to dissect Everton 2, Tottenham 2 at Goodison Park. Another poor performance, another poor attitude, poor everything about it. In my opinion, poor. I don't know why I'm going to list everything. FORMZ, your thoughts on the game itself?
Just not good enough. Not good enough. We managed to. There's so much luck with every ounce of luck in the world. We managed to scrape a point against an Everton side who have been very hit and miss this season, but against us have taken their chances and it's paid off for them.
Couldn't agree more. I think they've won one or two of the last 8 home league games. They've been better away from home than at home. And again, we just rolled over and let them at least have a point. They definitely should have had all 3. Lloris made some great saves. Those chances to James, Josh King, Richarlison missing an open goal. You'd back him to score that on another day. Just all round point. It started with the team lineup, 5 at the back. I don't know why. I don't know if you have any different thoughts on it. But
I mean, look. We've been so poor defensively, and we've been playing 4 at the back for however long now. It was time for a change up. I wasn't disappointed at 5 at the back when I saw the lineup come out. Obviously, we don't have great centre half options. I was just happy not to see Sanchez there. I mean, I know it's not that much different putting Dyer in there over Sanchez, but still, I wasn't disappointed. I was disappointed that Reguilon came off as early as he did.
Oh, and put Lucas to left wing back. Tactical genius.
It's and talk about Muzoko. How that man has had 200 appearances in a Spurs shirt. I just don't understand it. Jose seems to love putting players on who don't know what they're doing. At the start of the season, it was Bergwijn, and he had his chances, and he's gone.
I don't know if he plays for us anymore.
And now it's Sissoko. I mean, when he starts, he plays the full 90. Don't understand why. And when he doesn't start, he always comes on as one of the first subs. And it's like the ball hits his feet, and his brain goes, "Okay, I have no idea what I'm doing now." And he still manages week in, week out to play for Spurs, and I don't understand it.
Again, I agree. I don't know why he didn't take him off. We saw with Everton. And we saw with United last week and Newcastle, but each of their managers making an attacking change to midway through the game to try and win the game when they knew they needed to win. United brought on Mason Greenwood. Newcastle, I can't remember who it was they brought on, but Joe Willock was one of them, obviously getting the goal, and I think it might have been Maximan. And today, Everton knew they needed a result, and they got them, and they brought on Josh King for Tom Davies, a forward for a midfield player. So when I'm looking at our bench, I'm thinking, right, we've got Lo Celso and we've got Gareth Bale on the bench, 2 really attacking, talented players. I mean, one of them's Gareth Bale, for crying out loud.
Exactly.
And we waited till we went 2-1 down to make changes. And even when we made those changes, he took off Ndombele, who I know didn't have his best game. But I guess that one was understandable. But why on earth he brought off Reguilon, who, again, wasn't having his best game. But why are you taking off a left back to shove the right winger at left back and then play Lamela in the it's a mess.
I don't know what.
It's all a mess.
And Eric Lamela comes on, and you talk about his work rate. I mean, you put me on the pitch, and my work rate would be 10 out of 10. I love the club. I will work and do everything I can for them. Doesn't mean I'm good at football. Eric Lamela, that one chance, what was it when he had Son to his left, and it was just a clear pass it to Son. Son's going to finish, and what does he do? Skies it over the bar. It just sums up our season in one play.
I couldn't agree more. It's Eric Lamela all over. It's Eric Lamela of 9 years. It's not his fault we dropped points today. At least, like you said, he showed a bit of effort. But, the performance, again, just wasn't good enough. The players look like they aren't interested anymore. They look like they don't care. They obviously look like they don't want to play for him, 90% of them. Other than probably Kane and Son, they just look like they don't want to be there. And to be honest, they probably don't want to be there, and I don't blame them at this point. How anyone can defend any of this is beyond me at this point now. There is nothing going on the pitch where I'm like, oh, okay, give him a bit more time there. No, it's absolutely, it gets worse and worse and worse. And next week we've got a cup final against the best team in the league.
And to make one of the best teams in the world, to make matters worse, Harry Kane in injury time gets his ankle rolled over
Richarlison falls on his ankle. I mean, it's looking unlikely he'll play next week. That's not something you recover from overnight.
I mean, look, we haven't heard anything on it. I'm optimistic. Sam will tell you I'm the most optimistic Spurs fan on the planet. I came in thinking we were going to win this 4-0. Don't ask me why, I just did. But I'm hopeful and pray to whatever God anyone on the planet believes in that we can pull away and bring silverware back to Tottenham.
Oh, it's so, everything around Tottenham is just so depressing and so negative at the moment. We need something to just get the fans happy again. Just it's not really enjoyable for any of us. It's not enjoyable to watch. We just look on in his interview saying we need to keep the ball better. That's been a problem the beginning of the season.
Yeah.
Even when we were doing well and winning games, it wasn't because we were keeping the ball and outplaying teams. We were, sitting in and hitting them on the counter.
Yeah. But now, it worked. It worked. Now you had Kane and Son who were.
Even now, everyone realizes that you stop one of them, you can stop them, and also everyone realizes that the players have realized, well, that's not working. What's our plan B? We don't have a plan B.
Yeah, that's true.
And they can't pass to each other. And I love Højbjerg, but I think he kicked the ball off the pitch about 6 times tonight. Couldn't make a pass.
Højbjerg seems to be one of our players of the season. Yet when he plays against Everton, he disappears.
And at the beginning of this season, players like Ndombele, Reguilon, the back end of last season, Lo Celso, all these young, good, talented players, Bergwijn, who in his season before joining Jose had 26 goals and assists for a 21-year-old in the Eredivisie.
That's mad.
All these young, talented players, that we were all so excited about signing and rightly so, have either been shut out by Mourinho or their progress has been halted by the coaching and the style of play.
Yeah,
I think in my opinion, I think he's a dead man walking.
Mourinho?
Yeah.
Do you think it's all the manager, or do you think it has anything to do with the players at all?
It's a whole collective from the top to the bottom, from the board to the players. There's problems all around. What did you make of the substitutions? What did you make of that second half as well?
I mean, I don't know what to expect anymore, because we don't hold a lead ever. So even going into the second half at 1-1, again, as an optimistic fan, I was hopeful, but at the same time, you've got that shadow of doubt in your mind. Look, when Lucas and Lamela came on, you think, okay, these are 2 players that are going to put a shift in. They might not do as well as world-class players, but they're going to put a shift in, and the team as a whole, it's like you expect players like Lucas and Lamela to come in and give that push to the team, put in as much effort as they do and influence the rest of the squad. It just didn't happen. It's the
same. I think it's actually like deja vu every week. The same subs, the same patterns of play, the same outcomes. It's just repetitive.
Yeah. It's boring to watch.
I don't know where we're going from here. I don't know what direction we're going in. Really don't. It's draining, really.
It is. I mean, it calls for a big summer, but when we say this every single season, we need a big summer. We need some big players that we don't have to Google, and then it just goes into a Tottenham cycle.
As well, isn't it? Everyone's going on a cup final next week. What's going to happen? We're going to get battered. We're going to lose. Blah blah blah. Whatever you think about it. Whatever you think about it. We got a game Wednesday first.
Yeah, that's true. And I saw loads of. Did you see where loads of academy players training with the first team?
Yeah, I'm not surprised.
He's probably going to play.
I read that the academy players managed to draw with the first team in training. So look, it's going every week. It's just, I just don't want to have to. I don't look forward to watching it anymore. I don't know if anyone else feels that way. It's not something I get up in the morning. I'm like, yes, Spurs. Up until 6 months ago, it was up for the last 5, 6. All my life, it was up ready. Yes, Spurs are playing. And today it's like, oh.
I know back in October in a group chat, we were like, we're going to win the league. We're going to win the league. And now it's like, can't wait for this absolute shambles of a game. Lineup comes out. We're roasting every single player.
He picks the defence out of a hat. He might as well go ask Jose for the lottery numbers, because I don't know what's going on. What's going on with this defense? We've had 17 defensive combinations this season out of 32 games. I think only Liverpool can top that, and that's only because they've got all their defenders injured.
That's mad.
So yeah, anyway, another poor result. Somehow managed to get a point, but not good enough. We move on to Southampton on Wednesday. That should be good. And then we have the cup final a week on Sunday. FORMZ, thank you very much for joining me.
That's all right. Thanks for having me.
It's finished. Everton 2, Tottenham 2. Like, subscribe, comment, and as always, come on, you Spurs.